everybody, this is Yoke Angel 7. So, it came up on another site, someone else's site, that someone had been stung by bees, and so I started to text back and forth a little bit about what I had done for bees, because I used to be very, very allergic to bee stings. When I was very small, I actually was stung a lot of times. Once by hornet, I remember being stung by bees, and by the time I was an adult, I lived in an area that actually had been infiltrated by Africanized bees. Within a very short period of time, I was stung successively over a series of weeks, and each time I got stung, I was having more and more worse reactions, always having to go to the emergency room each time and getting a shot with an EpiPen. Finally, I did have to be prescribed an EpiPen because the length of time that my reactions would they would get smaller and smaller. So, and the reactions were larger and larger. So, after I moved out of that area, it always bothered me that I had to constantly make sure that I had this EpiPen with me, and I always had to, renew the prescription every year and everything. And I started to research, what else could I do to take care of this? Is there another way? And I learned about homeopathics, and that they're made from the actual bee venom, and they dilute it down in a way that it becomes kind of like how a vaccine works, is basically the idea. So it looks like this. I hope that's focusing. Sometimes it focuses better when I do that. It says apis, and the short word there is malor from Mellifica. And so I decided I would start to take it, and you only take it when you have the sting. You don't take it like intermittently. So I waited until I got a sting, and I read all about this before I did it. I didn't just, do it in hopes against hope. So I took it when I got a sting, and you take it by putting the tablets underneath your tongue, not touching them. You just put them right into the cap and under your tongue. And I didn't have the same reactions. And I was actually taking it probably about every 5 to 15 minutes until I made it to the emergency room. And every time that I've done that, the reaction that I've had has been slower and less intense. And over the past 27 years or whatever that I started doing this, the last time I got stung by a bee that I went to the hospital for, when the doctor looked at it, it was such a small bite. He said, if you hadn't told me that you'd been stung by a bee, I wouldn't be able to tell that you were stung at all. It just barely even looks like, a mosquito bite. Not even that bad. Like barely more than a pimple. And so I sat in the waiting room for nothing, which I wanted to make sure. And the last time I did get stung, I was in Montana, and there was no way that I could, go anywhere because I was in this beautiful valley. And I got stung by a sweat bee, and I barely even got anything. There was barely any swelling on my fingers. And I actually happened to have a naturopathic doctor there with me, and he was even amazed that, by using the apis every time I got stung, that I didn't even have a problem. And then I think he might have given me a little, because he was there too. I don't remember if he had that or not. But yeah, it's been the best thing that I've ever done, because now I don't have to worry about bees. I do have to make sure that I have my apis with me, but for some reason, I think it even works better for me. I like the way that I have the effect of, because the EpiPen, your heart starts to beat fast and everything. It's kind of an unpleasant experience being stung and then having to inject yourself. And so, yeah, that was what I did, and it worked for me. And, I know how hard it is to be allergic, so I hope that helps. So everybody have a good and safe summer, and don't wear fragrances and light colors, because those attract bees. All right, take care. Bright blessings. Best of health.